letting go. You were never meant to carry everything. A warrior does not win every battle by striking harder. Sometimes, victory is in the moment they choose to lay down the sword, to rest their shield on the earth, and to walk away from the weight that is no longer theirs to bear. This is not weakness. This is the wisdom of survival. The knowing that to keep fighting while carrying everything will break you before the enemy ever could. And in the quiet after the battle, when the dust settles and your breath slows, you will see. Letting go is the act that keeps the warrior alive for tomorrow's dawn. Welcome back to Stoic Wellspring, where we explore the art of living with less weight on the soul. Today, we walk together as warriors of the present age, not with armor and swords, but with responsibilities, fears, and dreams. Here, in this quiet space, we remember, it is not in carrying everything that we prove our strength, but in knowing what can be set down. There's a myth we've been taught since childhood, that strength means never faltering, never putting anything down, never asking for help. But a seasoned warrior knows better. They know that even the finest blade dulls if it is never rested, that even the sturdiest back will break if it carries more than it was built for. This is not about surrender, it is about strategy, about the discipline to choose your battles and the courage to let go of what will only weigh you down. In this journey, we will learn the warrior's art of release, so that when the time comes, you can lay down what is heavy and walk further than you ever thought possible. A warrior's heaviest burden is rarely the armor they wear, it's the silent weight no one else can see. In our modern battles, that weight might be the fear of failing your family, the pressure to keep up appearances, or the endless shoulds that stalk your thoughts. These are burdens with no physical form, yet they press harder than steel, slowing every step, making every breath feel like work. Recognizing this invisible weight is the first move of a wise warrior, for what you cannot see, you cannot set down. Not all burdens are visible, many are carried in the mind and heart. Every warrior needs armor, protection against what could wound them. But there's a danger where that armor too long and it fuses to your skin. You forget where it ends and you begin. In life, this armor can be your pride, your stubbornness, or your constant need to appear fine armor that, over time, trap you inside. True strength is knowing when to take the armor off, to feel the wind on your skin again, and to face the world not as an untouchable figure, but as a human who still dares. Sometimes, the defenses you build become the very things that harm you. A warrior doesn't always carry what was handed to them. Sometimes they pick up the spear themselves, thinking it will make them stronger. In life, we volunteer for certain weights, extra commitments, unrealistic expectations, the silent promise to fix everything for everyone. At first, it feels noble, the sign of someone reliable, capable, good, but over time, the spear gets heavier, your back bends, and you realize strength is not proven by how much you can hold, but by knowing what is worth holding. Many burdens were not forced upon you, you picked them up without realizing. Every warrior knows the comfort of armor. It shields you from arrows, from sudden blows, from the cold wind of the battlefield. But wear it too long, and you forget what the sun feels like on your skin. In modern life, your armor might be emotional walls, sarcasm to deflect pain, or the busy schedule that keeps you from sitting with your own thoughts. What once protected you now keeps you from feeling, from trusting, from living freely. The very thing that once kept you safe can become the reason you can't move forward. A seasoned warrior knows when to draw their sword and when to let it rest in its sheath. In life, some battles you're still fighting are not yours anymore, proving your worth to someone who's no longer watching, defending beliefs you've outgrown, holding grudges that serve no purpose. Dropping your sword is not weakness, it's the discipline to protect your energy for battles that matter. The most dangerous wars are the ones you keep fighting out of habit. Not every battle is worth your sword, some only drain the life out of you. On the battlefield, a wise warrior doesn't try to catch every arrow, they move out of its path. In life, you can't stop every cruel word, every unfair judgment, or every misfortune. Sometimes, the real strength lies in stepping aside, refusing to let the arrow define you. Your worth is not measured by how much pain you can endure, but by how wisely you protect your spirit. Some attacks are not meant to be blocked, they are meant to be avoided altogether. A warrior may wear armor in battle, but when the fight ends, they must take it off. In life, we sometimes forget to remove our emotional armor, the toughness, the guardedness, the constant readiness to defend. If you keep wearing it long after the danger has passed, you will forget how it feels to be touched, to laugh without fear, to trust without hesitation. Letting go of your armor is not exposing yourself to harm, it's allowing yourself to live. Armor can protect you, but it was never meant to replace your humanity. A warrior's sword is not just a tool of defense, it's a symbol of power, readiness, and identity. But holding it too long, even when there is no enemy, drains your strength. In life, the sword can be your responsibilities, your ambition, or the battles you think you must keep fighting. True mastery is knowing when to wield the sword and when to lay it down without fear. Even the weapon you trust most can become a burden if you never set it down. A warrior's helmet shields the head from arrows and blows, but it can also narrow the world to a slit of vision. In life, this helmet can be the beliefs, fears, and judgments that you wear to feel safe. Over time, it may keep you from seeing opportunities, beauty, and truth that lie outside your narrow view. Letting go means daring to take off the helmet to see the whole battlefield of life, not just the part you already know. Protection can also limit your vision if you never take it off. A seasoned warrior knows that arrows are precious, each one used only when the shot is worth it. In life, your arrows are your words, your reactions, and your efforts. Firing at every provocation drains your strength and leaves you empty when the real battle arrives. Letting go is knowing which arrows to keep in the quiver and which conflicts aren't worth the draw. Not every arrow in your quiver must be loosed. Some battles are won by not shooting. In battle, a shield is essential. It absorbs the blows you can't afford to take. But if the shield never leaves your arm, it becomes more than protection. It becomes a burden. In life, your shield might be the defensive habits you've built to survive, avoiding risks, keeping people at a distance, always expecting the worst. These habits once kept you safe, but they also keep you from moving toward what you want. Imagine a warrior who refuses to put down their shield, even in times of peace, unable to embrace a friend, plant a flag, or climb a wall. Letting go doesn't mean discarding protection entirely. It means knowing when to set the shield aside so your hands are free to build, to connect, and to live. A shield can save your life, but carrying it forever can slow your steps to a crawl. A sword in a warrior's hand is a promise. I will defend myself. I will fight if I must. In the early days of survival, this sword was your courage, your readiness to face any challenge. But in time, you may find yourself swinging it at shadows, reacting to threats that no longer exist. In modern life, the sword can be the aggressive mindset you've held onto, always in defense mode, quick to argue, quick to suspect. It kept you alive once, but now it might be keeping you from peace. Picture a veteran soldier walking into a quiet village, still gripping their blade, unable to accept that the war is over. Letting go means recognizing that not every moment requires a fight. Some require open hands, not closed fists. A sword is for striking, but some battles end long before we lay it down. A shield is meant to block arrows, absorb blows, and keep you safe in chaos. In the battlefield of life, your shield might be your emotional walls, your silence, or your avoidance of vulnerability. At first, it works, it keeps the pain out, but over time, it also keeps out joy, love, and connection. Imagine a warrior who refuses to lower their shield even when the sun is shining and the air is still. The enemy is gone, yet they still march with the same tense grip. Their vision narrowed, their shoulders aching from the weight. Letting go of the shield is not recklessness, it's wisdom. It's knowing when the season of defense has passed. Without the shield, your hands are free to create, to hold, to welcome what's ahead. Protection is vital in battle, but carrying it everywhere can slow your steps. No matter how many drills a soldier runs, no matter how many weights they lift in training, there are burdens you can never rehearse for. The loss of a loved one, the collapse of a dream, the quiet realization that the life you built no longer fits the person you've become. In those moments, your armor feels heavier, not lighter. The instinct might be to hold it tighter, thinking it will protect you. But sometimes, that weight is exactly what keeps you from standing back up. Marcus Aurelius once reminded in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To put it simply, the real training is not for the battle outside, but for the storm inside. Some battles prepare you for weight, others drop it on you without warning. A warrior learns early that the shield is for survival, but over time, if they never set it down, the shield stops being a tool and starts being a wall. You hide behind it, not because danger is real, but because you've forgotten how to move without it. In life, the shield might be your excuses, your perfectionism, or your unwillingness to trust again. At first, they protect you, but eventually, they fence you in, keeping life out and keeping you from stepping forward. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Sometimes, the act of lowering your shield is the very thing that lets you see the battlefield clearly and realize it's safe to walk on. Protection can become confinement if you never put it down. In life, as on the battlefield, not every clash demands your presence. Some battles are illusions, distractions designed to drain your strength and keep you from the war that truly matters. A seasoned warrior knows the value of discernment, to see a fight and choose to walk away. To keep the sword sheathed is sometimes the greatest act of courage. Marcus Aurelius once advised in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Choosing your battles is an act of owning your mind. The edge of wisdom is knowing that your worth is not measured by how many fights you win, but by how many you wisely avoid. Not every battle that comes your way is worth your sword. On the battlefield, arrows fly in every direction. A foolish soldier lifts his shield at every shadow, blocking even the arrows that would have missed, exhausting himself before the real threat arrives. In life, these arrows are words, criticisms, misunderstandings, or insults aimed at your pride. If you try to catch every one, you'll live exhausted, bleeding from wounds that never needed to be yours. A true warrior learns to let most arrows pass, to stand unmoved while the wind carries them away. As Marcus Aurelius reminded in Meditations, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Your silence can be stronger than their noise. Letting arrows fly past isn't weakness, it's precision. It's choosing to keep your hands free for the battles that truly matter. Not every attack requires a counter. A seasoned warrior doesn't draw their sword at every rustle in the grass. They know that unsheathing steel is a commitment, one that drains energy, invites retaliation, and changes the field of battle. In your life, that sword can be your sharp tongue, your cutting wit, or your emotional fire. Not every irritation deserves the blade. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Sometimes, the greatest show of power is to leave your sword sheathed, to let the dust settle without spilling blood, literal or emotional. Letting go doesn't mean you can't fight. It means you're saving your strength for the fight that is truly yours. Strength isn't in constant attack, but in measured response. Pause to see which battles are truly yours. Set your weapons down for a moment. Remove the armor. Loosen the straps. Listen to the silence underneath the noise of the world. Ask yourself, Which battles are you still fighting out of habit, pride, or fear? Imagine standing on a hill at dawn, the battlefield below still shrouded in mist. From here, you can see clearly which fights matter and which are just distractions. The truth is, not all warriors carry swords. In the modern world, your armor might be your public image, your constant busyness, or the mask of having it all together. Your battlefield could be the office, the market, or even your own home. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself in Meditations, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Before you march again, know which wars are worth the weight of your sword, and which are better left behind. Letting go isn't weakness. It's an act of self-respect, a way of telling yourself that your worth isn't measured by how much you can endure without breaking. You were never meant to carry every burden that comes your way. Life will hand you more than you can hold, and that's when the real strength is in knowing what to put down. In the world we live in now, with endless notifications, constant demands, and the pressure to always be okay, letting go can be the bravest decision you make. The moment you release what was never yours to carry, you create space for rest, for joy, for the life you actually want to live. If this message spoke to you, let your voice join the quiet conversation. Share this with someone who might need it, or leave a thought below, not to prove, but to connect. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in Meditations, "If you seek tranquility, do less, or do what's essential, what the logos of a social being requires, and in the requisite way, which brings a double satisfaction, to do less, better." Be well, be still, be free.